What you are about to see has never happened before. It's not based on a true story. It is a true story. In this corner, Canelo Alvarez, boxing's biggest star. A young man of 26 years who has risen from the streets of Guadalajara. He started with nothing, fought his way to the top.
He's ready to take that mantle as the next great Mexican fighter.
And now he's a two-time world champion, a celebrity in his country and throughout the world, the king of boxing.
Right hand! Canelo working. Uppercut by Alvarez.
On May 6th, he will face his first true rival, his self-proclaimed archenemy.
For me, it's personal.
In this corner, introducing Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Hard right hand by Chavez. Chavez made his Mexican fans proud.
A 30-year-old superstar from Mexico who, unlike Canelo, was born into boxing royalty. The son of a legend, the greatest Mexican fighter of all time, six-time world champion, Julio Cesar Chavez.
Julio Cesar Chavez is dangerous until the final second. Look at this.
Tremendous action.
Following in the almost impossible footsteps of his father,
You have the best father in the world, you know? It's impossible to be better than him.
Chavez Jr. had the world of boxing handed to him, but it wasn't enough. He created his own legacy to eventually win a WBC World Championship, just as his father once did. On Saturday, May 6th, the fate of Mexico will be decided as the world's eyes turn to Las Vegas to witness which is harder to face and overcome. To come from nothing and accomplish your dream,
Hard right hand by Canelo.
Saúl tuvo que trabajar desde niño. Chávez tuvo que disfrutar del trabajo de su papá desde niño y desde siempre.
or to come from everything and achieve the greatest victory in your boxing career.
Visualizo una pelea difícil, una pelea dura, pero al final creo que le van a levantar la mano a mi hijo Julio. Creo que va a ser el momento más bonito de toda mi carrera.
Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. pounding away. What a performance by Canelo Alvarez.
This is the journey, the adventure, the destination, and the experience on the road that ends in Las Vegas.
You have two Mexicans in the ring on Cinco de Mayo weekend. It's gonna be a bloodbath. It's gonna be a civil war.
Only one will be crowned the king.
Canelo working. Chavez has his chance.
This is the countdown to Canelo Chavez Jr.
Question now is, did Chavez find something in that 11th round that helped him salvage this event somehow? Show what he's made of.
Huge right hand by Chavez. Biggest punch of the fight.
Half a round left.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Down goes Martinez.
Oh, to me, a spiritual Mecca high in the mountains of Mexico. It's a place where legends are made. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., the son of one such legend, is preparing for his turn at greatness.
I feel a lot of energy here, you know, because a lot of champions train here, and I feel this energy, you know, come to me and puts me. No solo de que mi papá entrenó acá, yo creo que muchos grandes deportistas han entrenado aquí. Everything here is special, you know, the steps, you know, the altitude. I feel happy, you know, stay here. I feel the energy of other people stay with me, and you know, I'm ready to make the next step of my career and win this fight. This fight, May 6th, is the most important fight of my life.
Getting him. He said to wait. He's getting ready. It's coming, he said.
Hello, champ. Time to train, my man. After you put off the camera, I'm gonna sleep again.
Training in Otomi is grueling. At 10,000 feet, the thin air burns the lungs. But when your mentor and father was the greatest Mexican boxer ever, and you live in his shadow, that pressure can crush you.
Hemos visto lo mejor de Canelo en cada una de sus peleas, pero no hemos visto al mejor Julio en mucho tiempo. No hemos visto al mejor Julio bien preparado, bien concentrado, bien centrado, bien mentalizado. Y esta es la oportunidad que Julio esperaba para demostrar todo lo que mi hijo trae.
He's been groomed from birth to see the moment that is ahead of him, to take the crown of Mexico boxing from his father. But it's also what's held him back, the expectation to be Chavez Sr.
If Chavez wins, he follows his father's footsteps. He's the heir to the throne. His dad is considered the greatest Mexican fighter amongst many experts, many fans. If he wins, he's the heir. He can say that he is the best of the best of Mexico.
There have been many great moments in his career with even greater potential. What haunts him are the moments that he didn't take seriously. But this time, it's different. He has taken the steps to find peace within.
He likes to be with Julia, and he doesn't like that Julia stay in another place, that he's not there. That's why we're here.
No sé cómo gritaba, eso es cómo gritaba. Le hablo.
I see him very focused, very positive, happy.
¿Quién va a ganar?
He has also surrounded himself with the best minds and managers in the business, all with one goal: to train like never before.
Estamos tratando de mejorar un poco su defensiva. Estamos tratando de meterlo a la disciplina que debe de seguir para tener éxito en una pelea.
Julio's doing good. I really feel confident things gonna be good. Not only making weight, because we're gonna make weight, but we definitely gonna come into fight.
I don't think we've actually seen the best of Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I think he's somebody who won a major world title, maybe giving about 70%. And I think that speaks to some natural talent that he has. You can't learn to have a good chin, and he's got a world-class chin.
Good combination by Speak. Throttles back the head of Chavez Jr. Says wants more.
And the size that he has, when he's dedicated, he's a punisher in there.
Speak gets knocked back. Chavez Jr. opening up.
El que tenga mejor determinación en la pelea va a ganar, no el mejor boxeador, sino el que tenga más determinación, porque hay un pique entre los dos.
Chavez Jr. is motivated. He wants to prove to everyone that he can do this. This is the fight that can turn Chavez Jr.'s career all around. If he beats Canelo, then Chavez Jr. becomes the iconic figure of Mexico.
More and more. Julio Cesar Chavez looks like a middleweight Mack truck.
And while the weight of his country's expectations are daunting, the shadow of his father can be even heavier.
I think I'm criticized too much for who I am, you know. I am the son of Chavez, and everything I do is double, bad. And when I do something good, it's the half. ¿Cansa de aquí, va?
Y lleva mi nombre, y llevan mis genes. Soy su padre y hasta el día que me muera, pues siempre va a haber las comparaciones, ¿me entiendes?
Oh, we've got a knockout coming. Lee's badly hurt. Knockout for Julio Cesar Chavez. The immense pride and toughness of Cesar Chavez.
Pero creo que mi hijo trae sus cualidades y este es el momento para que Julio las demuestre.
is known as boxing's biggest star.
The guy who brings in more gold than any other fighter on the planet right now.
And he can hurt you. How about that?
I'm 26 years old, and I fought the best fighter in the world.
He comes out and he methodically takes his opponents apart.
What is it about Canelo Alvarez that has his country starstruck?
Something like we've never seen before.
I'm the best. I'm training hard, and I'm gonna put all my mind and my ability in the ring for that win.
He's ready to take that mantle as the next great Mexican fighter.
Solid right hand. Look at these clean shots. Wow.
Canelo, in his mind, I think he believes that he's earned the right to be sort of the Mexican icon, the face of Mexican boxing.
The body shot. Good night.
It's all over. That one was vicious.
He's got the accomplishments, he's got the names on the resume, he's fought the Hall of Famers, and he's also one of the biggest attractions in the world.
That's the one thing about him. He wants the challenge. And it's a huge challenge, but he's always been that way. He's always been fearless.
That night for you, for Mexico, for the world, what will victory mean for you?
Obviamente significa una gran victoria para mí, para México, y obviamente para seguir mi legado y seguir haciendo historia en este deporte.
For him to get toppled by Chavez, it would be devastating. Not just for him, his reputation, but also for the people that back him.
Nunca he tenido una rivalidad como esta. Nunca me he sentido así, obsesionado por una pelea. Obsesionado no por el rival, por la pelea, por lo que hace, por lo que dice de mí. Por eso es diferente y esta pelea es por orgullo, más que cualquier otra cosa, más por encima de cualquier otra cosa.
Born in Guadalajara, Mexico, Canelo Alvarez was the antithesis to Chavez Jr. He grew up with very little and lived the life of hard knocks.
Saúl desde niño tuvo que trabajar. Chávez desde niño tuvo un papá rico, un papá famoso, entonces fueron muy diferentes las formaciones de la infancia.
Yo vengo desde abajo de una familia paletera que viene desde abajo de nada, pero construyendo mi propio camino que gracias a Dios y a la disciplina he llegado hasta donde estoy, haciendo mi propio nombre, y eso es lo que me enorgullece muchísimo.
Hay una diferencia enorme entre el arranque de las dos carreras. Cuando Saúl debuta, gana 800 pesos su primer pelea. Vamos a hablar de $40. Cuando el Junior debuta, hablan de que ganó $25,000. Entonces, hay muchas diferencias en el arranque. Al ir caminando, se van acomodando las cosas y Saúl, con trabajo, con esfuerzo, con seriedad, con honradez, con disciplina, va caminando y creciendo hasta llegar a donde está hoy. No hay secretos.
As Canelo grew in popularity, so did the animosity between him and Chavez Jr. It was more than just a war of words. It was a battle for Mexico's boxing crown.
This is not business. This is a fight, real fight. Because the rivalry and me, of him, a lot of things he talked about me, for me is personal.
Una pregunta muy recurrente es esa de ¿por qué agarraron la pelea? Chávez es más alto, Chávez es más pesado, pero la respuesta es de que Saúl la quería. Hace 10 años Saúl la buscó, pelear con Chávez, hace 10 años. Lo retó Saúl. Chávez lo ignoró, dijo, ¿quién es? ¿Quién eres? No es nadie.
Tantas cosas que ha dicho de mí, que me va a noquear. Es una rivalidad que viene desde hace años y de verdad quiero que la gente disfrute esta pelea.
Now, Canelo is determined to work harder than ever before. He knows he's not only fighting Chavez Jr., he's fighting the half of Mexico that is rooting for Chavez to prove to them that he is boxing's king.
What's at stake for Canelo is pride. It's honor. That's why this fight is so intriguing. It's personal.
I'm training so hard for this fight, and I'm gonna put everything in the ring for that fight, and I'm gonna win for the people.
A lot of loyal Mexican fans don't think that Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. really trained the way a champion should have trained when he held the WBC middleweight title. They believe he could have had a longer reign. They believe he could have beat Sergio Martinez.
Question now is, did Chavez find something in that 11th round that helped him salvage this event somehow? Show what he's made of. Give these fans something to cheer about going forward.
Huge right hand by Chavez. Biggest punch of the fight.
Half a round left.
Plenty of time.
There you go.
Down goes Martinez. High drama down the stretch. Julio Cesar Chavez made his dramatic bid and almost pulled it off.
Junior almost had Martinez out in the 12th and final round of their title fight, but wasn't able to finish the job.
La pelea con Sergio Maravilla Martínez han sido una de las preparaciones más malas de Julio. Entrenaba a la hora que él quería, hacía lo que él quería y lógicamente esperábamos eso.
Had he trained the way a champion is supposed to train, he could have had that moment in the 9th or 10th round and maybe stopped Sergio Martinez, really earned recognition as the middleweight champion, and really would have filled his father's very big shoes by doing so.
Chavez Jr. still feels the pressure of that fight in more ways than one. It's a haunting memory he fights to displace. As the heir apparent to Mexico's boxing throne, most think Chavez Jr. lived a charmed life, with the world of boxing placed at his fingertips. But for him, the reality was quite different.
Yo desde que nací nunca tuve niñez, no tuve adolescencia, nunca he tenido vida. Siempre he sido hijo de Julio César Chávez. Muchas cosas que pasaron en mi vida difíciles, pues problemas familiares, divorcios de mis padres, adicciones de mi papá, drogas, alcohol, dinero, mujeres, fama. Es un martirio, es como haber estado en la cárcel durante 20 años. Yo creo que es ahí donde...
Chavez Jr. does not fight like a guy who grew up in Rolls Royces, that's for sure.
Creo que para Julio, mi hijo, ha sido más difícil llegar a ser campeón del mundo sin tener necesidad y aparte teniendo espaldas el nombre de su padre. Creo que por eso me siento muy orgulloso de mi hijo Julio, porque no es fácil.
Chavez Sr.'s shadow looms large over his son. To break free, Chavez Jr. is finding his own way, doing things he never thought possible, and not looking back.
Now, with this fight, I have my second chance. Yo creo que es muy especial este lugar, Otomí, esta pelea. Estar aquí es importante. Es la cultura otomí que viene de hace muchísimos años aquí en México. Yo creo que todo lo que hay aquí me ayuda para tener esa fuerza espiritual, esa fuerza física, pero más que nada espiritual de poder soportar los 12 rounds o poder pelear lo mejor que pueda de esta pelea.
All that remains for him is also the key to his success, to defeat Canelo Alvarez.
El pique que ha habido con Canelo y él desde hace años atrás, yo creo que esta pelea es muy motivante para mi hijo. Lógicamente, el favorito es Canelo, que Canelo ha estado más activo, pero aquí la diferencia es la motivación de Julio. Este es el momento que yo quería que llegara es el momento que no puedes aprovechar. Este es el momento que yo esperaba.
On May 6th, Chavez Jr. plans to prove to himself and the world that he can transcend his father's legacy and earn the crown as Mexico's boxing king.
Chavez Jr. is motivated. He is serious about this fight. There is fire in his eyes. So do not be surprised if Chavez Jr. can pull out an upset.
Todo puede suceder en la vida. Ya me pasó. No creo que sorpresas. Yo creo que mucha gente piensa que estando al 100% voy a ganar la pelea. Y así va a ser. Es el momento perfecto para demostrar lo que la gente quiere ver en mí.
Canelo Alvarez has lived with a thorn in his side since the beginning of his professional boxing career, Chavez Jr. On May 6th, he'll need to go deeper than ever before to heal this wound.
Me encanta aprender todos los días. Yo empecé en este deporte no por el dinero ni por la fama, yo empecé porque amo este deporte. Lo demás se fue dando después y viene de la mano de, ¿no? Ya es un trabajo, vives de él.
Saúl es uno de los peleadores que se sube a trabajar y a practicar, no se sube a pelear aquí a los entrenamientos.
But for Canelo, the question remains, which is harder to do? To come from nothing and earn everything? Or to have everything and prove you deserve to be there?
Canelo es un peleador que piensa.
He can be dangerous with the left uppercut or the right uppercut.
Es un peleador que no soluciona problemas, provoca problemas.
Las ganas y el hambre de triunfo, el hambre de ser, el hambre de llegar a ser una leyenda en este deporte no viene de la mano si tienes o no tienes dinero, ¿no? Eso está en mí, porque yo empecé en el boxeo porque quiero llegar a ser uno de los mejores de la historia, ¿no? Obviamente el dinero y todo viene de la mano, pero eso no lo es todo. Para mí el ser una leyenda en el boxeo lo es todo.
After weeks of constant training, Canelo and his team know it's time to put down the gloves for just a day. Today is about rest for his body and mind.
Always is good to have something else, not only boxing, because sometimes it's bad. You need to refresh your mind.
It's a great honor to have Mr. Canelo aboard. Thank you. We have guests all the time, but it's an honor to have the world champ on board the Midway Museum. So hope you come back and visit us.
Nunca había estado tan cerca de esto, así que es bonito, ¿no? Enseñarle a la gente y obviamente también uno aprende muchas cosas. Mayo 6 voy a aventar puras de estas, puras bombas.
The key is to be as fast as possible and accurate, just like fighting. 2 to the body, 1 to the head. Fight. Bam. Excellent.
Me encanta todo ese tipo de cosas, lo que tenga adrenalina, la velocidad, los carros, es algo que me apasiona fuera del boxeo.
Drivers ready. On your mark. Get set. Go, go, go.
lo pelaste!
With laser-like focus, Canelo is back to work, all in preparation for the fight of his life. It's a fight to win over the hearts of his countrymen and remove any doubt that he is the king.
These are the types of fights that can motivate a Canelo Alvarez and take him to the next level. In terms of training harder, being smarter up in the ring, doing things correctly, making sure you're in tip-top shape for the fight, there's no excuses. That's who Canelo is.
The heir apparent carries the name and legacy of the throne. To break from that tradition, Canelo will do everything he must, which will take him to a place he's never gone before.
Think that when you shoot, the key is to be as fast as possible and accurate, right? Just like fighting.
To the body, one to the head. Fight.
Canelo and Chavez Jr. The challenge on May 6th will not only be battling each other, but winning the hearts of their countrymen. One will face a giant in size and name. The other will face his past in an attempt to overcome his demons. Both will confront the question of which is harder to do. To come from nothing and win the fight of your life, or to come from everything on that night? The answer will be decided, at least for a moment.
Canelo can't lose, Chavez can't lose, because the fighter that loses has to go back to Mexico and face his countrymen. That's why this fight is so intriguing. It's personal.